Yo, what's going on, dudes? Dudettes. Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. It's been a wild ride this week for me. Building Shadow, what's up, man? I hope you are enjoying yourself as we get closer to this holiday season. What are we, 4 days out? It's today, the 20th? The 20th. 5 days out. From the big one, the big holiday of the year. You'll work on Monday and then off for Tuesday and Wednesday. Nice. That's awesome. I bet you're looking forward to that. I hope you have some fun plans. Some plans with the family. Yeah? Friends, family, co-workers. I don't know. Did you have an office party this year? You guys do that? I don't know. Well, a shop party? Not really an office party, but funny thing, I didn't even realize Christmas was next week. Like today, or just like for the month of December? Just today. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things where it just creeps up on you. Especially if you don't engulf yourself in the holiday season. The older we get, the faster it approaches, the faster it consumes until that day. And if you don't like soak yourself up with the movies and the music and all that stuff, it kind of comes and goes and you're like, oh, I totally missed it this year. So I feel like for me at least, I have to extend it out, because if I don't, this season just passes by and I'm just like, oh man, it's already over. So sometimes I have to force myself to do it. Most of the time that I'm like, all right. Boss came in and said, we're going to be closed next Tuesday and Wednesday. He was like, why? Why are we closing next Tuesday and Wednesday? Yeah, it is, as you said, it is a rare Friday stream. I have been out. Boba Fett. It's my nickname in high school. I haven't streamed all week, so I apologize. And today would probably be the most opportune time to stream. And I will go into that shortly. I just want to kind of get a few of recurring members in, so I just kind of have to mention it once, and then we'll talk about it for a bit. But yeah, the Zomboid update, pretty recent. I saw the Moodles. I was like, Doc mentioned that it's pretty good. It's decent. But yeah, I've mostly I'm just like burnt out. I'm burnt out, not from streaming. Just life threw a curveball. It's funny too, because I'll sit in front of the computer and I'm like, all right, I kind of got some free time. Let me play something. And I started like Factorio. I played a little bit of Factorio. And then I was just like, I can't do this. There's too much thought involved. There's too much energy that's going to go into this. I don't. No. You got to dodge those curveballs. Dude, that's kind of what happened. It was an unavoidable curveball, you know? I'm going to enjoy this cream soda. Yes, it's a cream soda. It's a delicious cream soda. It's got a cool... I'll show you the can. It's a really cool can. So, in Rhode Island, there was a semi-famous boxer. His name was Vinny Pazienza. He was Rhode Island famous. Otherwise known as the Tasmanian Devil, late 80s, early 90s into the mid 90s. And he was okay, but he was kind of a pro. but this is an old throwback to Vinny Paz. It's called Vienna Paz, and it is a Vienna style lager. Cream soda. Cream soda. But like that's the Vinny Paz's likeness in Punch-Out form. It's bright. I'm sorry. It's a cool can though. If I can get it into focus, maybe hold it better. Yes, no alcohol. It's cream soda. It's not beer. Because you're not supposed to promote that on stream, right? I don't know. Vito, what's up, dude? Right, is that against Twitch rules? I don't know if it is or not. Cream soda. So it was nice. I get to go with my wife last night, my father-in-law. So there's in New England we have this location like right on the Rhode Island Massachusetts line. Chillin', brother. Hope you're doing all right, man. We're getting through there. It's not a beer. It's cream soda, right? But this place is called La Salette Shrine, where they do like a Christmas decoration. It's like a church type thing, but it's like for everybody. And they just do a lot of lights and scenes and stuff. And it's just like a tradition to kind of bring your kids to it and go there when you're a teen. Go there with friends and girlfriends and stuff. So my father-in-law took my wife. My father-in-law took his girlfriend and my kids to La Salette last night, and we went out to a restaurant which we like. It's called the Shanty. It's like a little place. We know the owner. I'm friends with her husband. It's a great place, good food, fantastic food. The menu is like always changing. It's like weird, like niche stuff. But I just went with a steak last night, and I ordered this IPA. And it was Blue Comet, it was called. It's like from a microbrew out in Mass. God damn, was it good. It was a nice citrusy, hazy IPA, dude. It hit the spot. Next, what you doing, man? How's life treating you? How's the future? The old meme was a spelling mistake when a woman would rather encounter a man or a bear instead of a beer. Maybe. Yeah, we needed it. We needed it. I'm trying to delay what's been going on because I don't want to mention it more than once. And I'm not a big fan of like talking about this kind of shit. But I need to be transparent in what's going on. Well, I'm not trying to do it to be a dick. It's just not something anybody likes to talk about. But I guess I'll just start fucking talking about it because I don't even like dancing around the edge of not talking about it. Just got back home this morning from buying all of the booze for Christmas. Nice. That's a good way to spend a morning. So on Sunday of this week, the beginning of the week, Sunday. Dax, what's up, dude? My mother-in-law unexpectedly passed away. She was in. So my wife has two siblings, two brothers. One of them is in Massachusetts, about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. The other one lives in Las Vegas. Her apartment burnt down, I want to say like a year and a half ago, right? So she lived with us for a third of the time, then went to Mass for a third of the time, and then went to Vegas for a third of the time, and lived with the three families while they were fixing her apartment. And I would say mid this year, maybe towards the end of the summer, it was all fixed. She moved back in relatively good health. Saw my orthopedic surgeon yesterday, and he said it's been healing. That's awesome, dude. Allowed to do whatever with my arm now. Slowly getting back to things. Nice. A lot of alone time in front of the computer by yourself, yeah? No. So she stayed with all three families. Finally got back into her apartment, and then this November, for Thanksgiving, she went out to Vegas, right? And she's been, since she moved back into the apartment, she's been complaining about like stomach issues. So my mom's like, all right, you gotta set something up and get that checked. So she had an appointment. It got pushed out, and it's actually due, I think it was due today. They were gonna see her today for it. But so she went out to Vegas. Her stomach was fine for the flight there. She was nervous it was going to be an issue, but it was fine from when she got to Vegas, which was last week, that Monday before because Thanksgiving Monday, that Monday. So that wasn't last week. That's how time is passing by. So she got there Monday, the week of Thanksgiving, and she was going to stay there and come back, I think, the end of last week, maybe mid last week, or maybe even the beginning of this week. I forget when. I think it's the beginning of this week. So she was fine for the week of Thanksgiving. And then like 2 or 3 days later, she's telling my brother-in-law her stomach's bothering her. She's going to go to bed early. So my brother-in-law checks on her. And luckily he did. Because he's like, Ma, I got to take her to the ICU. So they go to the emergency room. She gets, I got to take her to the ER. So she goes to the emergency room, gets admitted to the ICU. Trying to get it's been chaotic. I'm trying to get my time frame right. So they checked her stomach. They couldn't find anything. They did some scans. Couldn't find anything. So they went in laparoscopically. Check. They found a little inflammation, nothing that would cause the amount of issues she was having. So they're like, we gotta go in here and because it's causing a lot of issues, and she is in critical condition. Some of the, like, if I guess the nurse said to my brother-in-law, if they didn't bring her in that night, she probably would have passed away that night. So, you know, they got her back to level. They did the laparoscopic surgery. They found nothing. What they expected to see, they didn't see. So they had to just go old school and just cut her open and figure out what the hell's going on with her stomach, for lack of a better term. Found a section of dead intestine, so they removed it. Sewed her up. Surgery went fine. Things were okay. So I would say, like, it was rough going. So she went in, it kind of dropped. It was rough going. They did the laparoscopic. It was still rough. They did the surgery. She was kind of peaking back up. So they moved her out of the ICU that day. She was feeling good, talking, cognizant, everything. So they moved her out of the ICU into the whatever level it is below that. I don't know what it's called. That same day they had to put her back into the ICU because she was crashing. She is a diabetic. She has stomach issues, whatever. So this brings us to like a week from last Sunday. Let's say a week from last Sunday. We're roughly around that. Maybe no. We're probably Wednesday. So a week ago from last Wednesday. It's not last Wednesday, just past the week before. If you're getting what I'm saying. So she goes into sepsis. They pump her full of stuff. She starts to get a little bit better. And then by Saturday, they're like, we gotta put her on a ventilator. She's just shutting down. So they put her on a ventilator, and they're like, if nothing changes in the next 90 hours, we gotta cut life support, and it is what it is. I was like, all right. So that day, I booked a flight for my wife to leave Sunday morning. She was gonna leave Rhode Island at like 1:30. So we had to get to the airport by 11, just to be safe. And so it's around, we were going to leave by 11. It's around 10:30. And I was getting shit. My wife was getting ready. and she got a call, and it was my sister-in-law, and I could hear her in the phone, and she's just like, "Mom's gone," and my wife just lost it, and I can't blame her. I had to step out of the room for a couple seconds just to kind of gain my composure, and then I was like right back in there. I knew it was coming. I didn't realize it was happening that fast. And so that's what I've been dealing with since Sunday. It has been a roller coaster. Obviously, my wife close with her mother. If you have been a fan of the stream for a very long time, you may know that I have always had a rocky relationship with my mother-in-law. But I would gladly go back to it so my wife didn't lose her mother. I can't. It's if you have a child, if you have a child, you know how helpless you feel when your wife is pregnant and you can't do anything to help with the situation. That's how I feel now. No matter, like, I'll do as much as I can. Like I feel like I'm trying to put the weight of the world on my shoulders so she doesn't have to bear any of that. And I still feel like because I can't take the pain away, I still feel helpless. Luckily, you know, I'm pretty good at remaining stoic in situations like this, even when I'm deeply affected by it. I'm able to compartmentalize my feelings and set them aside until I need to deal with them, and then I'll kind of pick them up and just boom, go. And I like to face trauma like head on. Like if I know it's gonna hurt, I like to just let's do it. Let's face it. Let's feel through it, and let's heal. My wife is an incredibly strong individual, and it is very evident during this time that she is extremely strong-willed. She is dealing with the loss as you would expect. There are times when it hits her like a truck. We deal with it together. She kind of shakes it off when she feels ready, and then we just attack the next thing. Her mother lived about 10 minutes from us. Both brothers, one is in Vegas. He's not going to be able to come down, and he dealt with the last 3.5 weeks, and I would not expect him to leave his family to deal with any of this. She's been divorced from my father-in-law for about 23 to 25 years in that time frame. There's no will. My brother-in-law from Cambridge, in that area of Mass, about an hour and a half away. He has not been down yet, so my wife and I have been at my mother-in-law's apartment every day starting Monday, just clearing it out. And I've been absolutely fucking burnt out. The reason I'm doing this all in one fucking shot, and I will put I'll probably put like the VOD of it, just like in general, is I want to talk about it once and then just move past it. I appreciate any kind words. I'm not looking for sympathy, but I want to be transparent as to what's going on. So, and I always feel like it's best to share tough experiences so that people in the world know that they're not alone. And I also, whenever I ask if anybody needs anything, even just an ear to listen to, it's because I've experienced it. I know what you're going through, and I'd like to think that anytime I offer something like that, it's genuine. I personally am all set. I'm good. I'm just I'm just tired. And I'm blown away by the resiliency and strength that my wife has in all of this. She processes it she processes what's going going on in her head throughout the moment it's happening. We take however much time she needs. We talk, do a lot of listening, and then she heals and we move forward. And she's not one to just like lay in bed. Like tonight she went out with some friends, and unfortunately for these friends, a lot of them shockingly have lost parents young. She has a friend that lost her dad when she was really young, another friend that lost a father really young, one that just maybe 3 years ago lost their mother. So she's got a lot of good outreach and a lot of good community healing, and a lot of folks that know what she's going through. And you can't go through something like this. And her mother was 73. It's not young, but she still had good 5 to 10 years left. Especially with my kids. And my wife has expressed anger in the fact that she was just kind of robbed. Her mother was robbed some time with the kids because she loved my kids. So she's getting through that. But again, I'm blown away by the strength because I know how much it hurts, and she's healing. I would say if you were to pick an example of how to go through this in a healthy way, it would be this. She grieves when it hits her, and she moves on past it when she's feeling better. So I applaud her. And I'm doing everything that I have control of to make this process as easy as I can for her. And I'm not gonna lie, I am fucking tired. I am exhausted. Especially like the Christmas season coming. We're still gonna host Christmas here. She's out with her friends tonight, just having fun. We got to have a really nice dinner last night. She's crushing it, and I applaud her. God damn. So let me catch up. I apologize if I just went on a rant and I missed anything in chat. But holy macaroni. There was a lot to kind of just in one exposition just kind of dump. Just so you guys are like, you just know what's going on. So that it's just a one and done thing. We don't need to dwell on it. It is what it is. That's why I haven't been on. Hopefully next week we can start back up after Christmas and get on a regular schedule again. I think we should be able to. Yeah. I appreciate everybody's kind words. You guys are absolutely awesome. Yeah, the boys are having right now what appears to be an easy time with it. They understand. They grasp the concept of death, but they don't understand the weight of it. And I feel like in the next few weeks, maybe a few months, they'll ask, well, when are we going to go to Gam Gams next? And we'll have to remind them and say, listen, this is the deal. And then I think the light will go off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So I again, I appreciate all of the kind words in chat. We'll get through this. Yeah. Bongo, what's up, dude? Yeah, so the reason I haven't been streaming is my mother-in-law passed, and I just kind of did an info dump as to everything that's going on. Did I disappear? I was just reading chat, catching up. Yeah, it's life. But yeah, it's a testament to how strong my wife is. She's an amazing person. And I'm just trying to do everything that I absolutely can, which is a Herculean task, to ensure that she has an easy time going through this. And I feel bad because it's going to hit every day for years to come. Like I said, she was really close to mom. And although her mom and I didn't have the best of relationships, I'm doing whatever I can to help out. I don't know where I'm fucking going with that. Yeah, we're so like I said, I've been at her apartment since Monday. We've been going, and luckily she was a hoarder, and she was in a bad, her mother was in a bad situation for years. I would say the last 15-20 years. Ever since the apartment burned down, it was almost like Phoenix rose from the ashes, a changed person. Because when she moved back into the apartment, she was able to let go of a lot of stuff. And she stopped the hoarding. She started going out with friends again. I mean, this was like, she was just... For all the whole time I knew her, I'd never seen her go out with friends. You know, she started going out with friends. She started becoming more social and doing better for herself, taking better care of her body. Just in general, her story got better. And I've heard from several individuals that they're frustrated that that it happened right after things started going better for her. And I said this, and I always foremention it sucks and nothing can change that, but at least the ending of the story was a good ending. If this change never occurred, it could have been a very sad ending to a book. And I think if you look at it in that perspective, if you realize this could have ended in a sad situation, but at least joy was had at the end of life. And although it was unexpected and it happened fairly in a brief time frame, there was not a lot of pain involved. Not a drawn out, painful process. It was kind of just started, was rough going, felt a little better, and then a crash happened, and that was it. It doesn't make it any easier.